So you all requested it. So I'm back with part two of the woman who was evicted and got charged $6,000 for the water bill. So if you're trying to remember who I'm talking about, this is who I'm talking about.
I stopped looking at the bill. I don't be looking at my bill. So I didn't see that the shit was going up as high as it was. Mind you, the shit only been accruing like that since November.
Okay. So basically, just in case you're new to this story, and I'll make sure to tag it at the end as well. So you'll see it for the recommended videos. But ultimately, she got evicted and she wasn't paying attention to her water bill and she complained of a leak or something like that. And basically, come to find out, she got her eviction and then she also found out that her water bill had accrued up to $6,000. And it's the dilemma of trying to understand who's right in the situation, right? Because she did complain about the leak, but also she hadn't been checking her bill for over a year and it was able to accrue to $6,000. So let's just go ahead and get into part two, y'all.
All right, y'all. So here go part two, and y'all gotta forgive me because I know these videos ain't coming as fast as y'all want them to. But as y'all can see, I got a lot going on. I gotta pack up. Y'all see this shit behind me? Y'all see the boxes? Y'all see this shit? It's empty as fucking here. I just got shit everywhere, so I'm moving. So boom. Like I said, end of April, I let her know, like the water got cut off. April 28th, I called her, let her know, like, hey, you recall back when I brought, the situation with the toilet to your attention. Well, this is what's going on. So, mind you, I'm not gonna lie. She called me that day, but I was in the shower. Like we was at my cousin's house taking showers and whatnot. And I was in the shower, so I didn't answer. She left me a voicemail. She was like, "Hey, I was at work. It's 7. Like I could come by after I get off work at 7:30." And in my mind, I'm just like, "Well, bitch, you ain't no plumber. Just like your son ain't no plumber. So you should have never fucking sent his ass." So like, yeah, what we doing here? So a week had gone by, I ain't hear from her. So that following Sunday, May 4th, I reached back out to her. I'm like, "Hey, so it's been a week that the water's been off. What are we doing here? Like I need to know what's going on." So she calls me. I answer the phone, we talk or whatever, and I let her know basically like, "Hey, so the water bill's $7,000. No agents, like, in the state of Pennsylvania, like you can get agencies, churches, all kinds of people to help you pay your bills, especially if you're a single mom like me, which I am." So nobody in their right mind was touching that water bill at $7,000. They wanted me to get it down to like $1,000 or some shit before they would help me pay it. So, I'm all that week. I'm fine. Like, I really don't have too many places to go. So all that week while the water was off, like, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't go to work. I was depressed as fuck because I'm like, damn,
Huh.
I ain't got nowhere for me and my kids to go. Goddamn, we gonna have to go into a.
So she didn't go to work again. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second. But she mentioned this in the last video, and this was a point of contention as well, because in the last video, part one, she had missed like a month of work, and she was saying that her kids was sick, then she got sick, then her kid got sick again. But she missed a month of work for somebody who is just getting by month after month. But now we see here, she's found another reason to not go to work again. And this time she's claiming it's depression. I guess because she couldn't get a doctor's note for this. So she just outright said it. I just wasn't feeling like going to work. And then we wonder how we end up in these situations and we have self inflicted wounds. I can name at least 3 self inflicted wounds right off top. She wasn't checking her bill. She missed work the first time for a month. And then now she's not going to work again when they already told you need to get that bill down lower. And then they'll still help you.
Shelter. I gotta find a shelter, and I can't find nobody to pay this bill. They won't let me dispute the charges. Like they won't let me dispute the bill. None of that. So once all that happened, and I finally realized, like, yeah, like literally all I can do is move. So I talked to her May 4th, and I told her, like, hey, I know I can't pay this. I know y'all not gonna pay it. at this point, all I'm asking you to do is give me time so I can pack my stuff up and find somewhere for me and my kids to go. I'm gonna have to call 211 so we can get into a shelter because I don't have nowhere else to go. Like, all my family, like, they already, my aunt, she got a 1-bedroom apartment. We can't go over there. My cousin, she got a 2-bedroom apartment and she already got a son. I got 2 kids and I'm a whole third body, like a whole grown third body. So, when I left off, when me and the landlord Sheila, we talked on the phone or whatever. We ended the phone call by her saying she was gonna call her husband, which is Benny, the nigga in the video. So she called him or whatever. She called me back. At this time, again, I was already at my cousin's house cooking and whatnot. Like, I was stressed out. I was overstimulated. I ain't want to talk to her. I'd let that shit go straight to voicemail. So she texted me because she didn't even leave a voicemail. So she told me, she was like, hey, she sent me a text message basically saying, hey, Benny's going to be at the house tomorrow morning at 9. First of all, I don't fuck with Benny. I don't trust Benny. I don't like Benny. I ain't dealt with Benny literally. All right, y'all, my bad. I had to pause real quick. My aunt was calling me. She's taking my kid to get something to eat. Anyways, I know that's like kind of TMI, but whatever. So, like I said, she had texted me like 3 o'clock.
But you can't stay with her though. What, set that to the side.
May 4th, Sunday afternoon. She was like, hey, Benny's gonna come by 9 o'clock in the morning and whatever the fuck he was supposed to do. Cause again, y'all not like, what are you sending this man for? So I text her back because I had already missed a whole week of work because the water's off and I'm trying to figure out if I can get the water turned back on, if I can get somebody to help me pay it, and if I can find a shelter or somewhere for me and my kids to go. So I already missed a week of work. So I text her back. I was like, that time don't work for me. I told her, I was like, I already missed a whole week of work. I'm going to work tomorrow. So he can come when I get off work. Mind you, I get home around like 3:05 every day from work. So I was like, yeah, he could come, after I get off work or whatever. And then I sent her another text message. I was like, honestly, there's nothing he can do at this point because the water's already off. So you might as well his best bet is to come when American Water comes out. So she never texted me back. She never said shit. All I know is, y'all, people just keep interrupting me. This shit's really pissing me off. But anyways, so I told her, like I said, I told her his best bet was to come when American Water come because there's nothing you can do. Like, you're not a plumber. You don't work for American Water. I don't know what the fuck you thought you was gonna do, but there's nothing you can do. So, like I said, I already had that full-blown conversation with the wife. So, in the video, May 5th, as y'all can see, the man still shows up to my house. Not only do you still show up to my house when I told you not to come, and I gave you not only did I not tell you not to come, I gave you a time when you can come. But the thing is, he thought I wasn't home. He thought I was at work because I had told his wife I was at work. So he thought he was going to come over here and change the locks while I wasn't home. But that's not the case.
First of all, that's not your house. Second of all, if there's a plumbing issue, if there's a structural issue with the house, they can come and fix their asset. Third of all, I hate how we have all these standards for strangers who are in transactional relationships with us, more than we have for our own family. She didn't bat an eye when she mentioned that her 2 family members, one of them had a 1-bedroom apartment, so she said it wouldn't work. And then the other one had a 2-bedroom apartment, but they had 1 child. But then she tried to ask the landlord for more time because she's going to have to find a shelter and all this type of stuff. The landlord doesn't owe you anything. And you should honestly have more expectation of your own family. Let me tell you something. They got villages all around the world in third world countries where people living in tents. If I have a family member that I care about, me, I don't care if I have a studio apartment and a girlfriend. We're going to make it work. If we're talking about otherwise, you'll end up on the street. So I think she should hold her family a little bit more to a higher standard than she's trying to hold the landlord to. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Luckily, by the grace of God, me and my kids overslept that day. So I didn't go to work. They didn't go to school. So as you can see in the video, he just walks his happy, waddling, fat ass in my house. And he's like, hello, hello. I'm like, hello. And I know a lot of y'all are wondering, oh, why are you so calm? First of all, bitch, don't worry about why I'm so calm. Like, y'all kill me with that motherfucking victim blaming bullshit. Like,
Oh, that's why her family don't want her over there. It's probably her attitude and the way she talked.
you mad at me because I was calm with the nigga? First of all, bitch, I'm a female at the end of the fucking day. That's a whole grown ass man that just clearly waltzed his ass the fuck in my house with no problem. The fuck you think he gives a fuck about me? Okay, let's move on. Anyways, not only that, he's supposedly a friend of the family. Like, he grew up with my family, so it's really even more mind boggling that he's even on the bullshit that he's on. So he comes over, he's like, I understand the water's off. I'm like, yeah, it's off. He's like, okay, well, y'all gotta go. And I'm telling him, like, I know y'all can't hear the full conversation in the video. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. So I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, I already told Sheila, like, I just need time to move my stuff. Like, my nigga, this shit just happened. It's only been a week since the water's been off. Mind you, like I said, I had missed a whole week of work. So I'm like, my nigga, I'm waiting to get paid. Like, I gotta get some money to get a truck, get a storage, find somewhere to go. Like, I'm not about to just leave and we gonna be on the streets. So I told him all that. He's like, nah, y'all gotta leave today, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go to the city, let them know the water's off, and they're gonna come and deem it condemned. That he did that because like I said, a lot of y'all keep assuming I have an eviction and I don't. The man never took me to court. I don't have a court order. Like, one thing about me, I don't do a bunch of lying. That shit takes up too much time and energy. So what I'm not about to do is get on this app and lie to y'all. I don't do that shit in real life. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm gonna say how I feel and I'm gonna speak my motherfucking mind. Interrupting me again, y'all, but I'm back. Anyways, so yeah, so I didn't have an eviction. And not only that, he was really upset because he come in, he's like, I already know you're not paying me this month. No, duh, dickhead. Why the fuck would I pay you and I don't have water? And I don't have water because of some shit you didn't fix. So he's just like he just basically, all you can do is leave at that point. Cause my nigga, you can't make me leave. I know my rights. I'm not dumb. Like, and mind you, he's done this before. He's done, like, he only rents to single mothers because he knows he can take advantage of them. So literally the same girl that used to live in my house, he did the same shit to her. The only difference is she didn't have cameras, so she don't have proof that he did the shit. But this man did the same thing to her. He waited till she wasn't home, came, changed the locks, and had crackheads in here stealing her shit. So, like I said, he left. He's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go get the city to deem it condemned, and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here, because he was trying to. Other than that, I mean, the only thing he could do is evict me, but he's trying to get somebody. He's trying to hurry up and get somebody in the house so that he can start making money off of it again. Because, like I said, you's a damn fool if you think I'm about to pay you to stay somewhere, and I don't have no damn water. Like, that just don't even make sense. Like,
Well, that's an assumption that he's trying to get somebody else in the house. And basically, you trying to assume his reasonings. We have to take some of her side with a grain of salt because this is her side. But what I will say, yeah, I don't blame her for not paying the rent if the water's not working. But ultimately, I mean, it's at this point it's mutually beneficial to just leave, because if your water's not working as well as it's costing you, you should probably want to just get out of there. Especially, it would be crazy to try to get you. I don't even think he could get an eviction based off you knowing that the water wasn't working, and it's pretty much a condemned house, right? It's pretty much uninhabitable. But what this all comes back to, because I'm big on personal responsibility, and understand she told this story completely from her side, right? But what I will say is it comes back to you not checking that bill, because you could have been ahead of this a long time ago. And that bill is in your name. So by that bill being in your name, he can never be held responsible. So ultimately, you need to have oversight and you need to have visibility as well as checks and balances over your situation. I could see if you were like a millionaire or something, and it's just like you don't have time to be checking things all the time, and you can have other people check it for you. But you don't have that much to manage. So you need to be managing it ultimately. Otherwise, you'll never see things like this coming. Let's finish it up.
And you trying to make my life a living hell. So, and clearly you don't give a fuck about me or my kids. So I'm not leaving. I'm gonna pack my. I'm in. Well, I was leaving, y'all, but I'm not. My nigga, I'm not leaving today. You ain't. I don't have no notice on my door. Nothing. You can't make me leave same day. That's not how the eviction process works. There's a whole process and everything. So yeah, he
That's
was
true.
mad, and I still don't give a fuck. And he waddled his fat ass out here, mad as fuck. So part 3 will be coming soon. Um,
Oh, goodness gracious. Do y'all want part 3 as well? Do y'all want part 3 as well? But here's what I will say. No, ma'am, he does not give a F about you or your kids. As do you. Let me explain. I'm sure he has kids and a wife and a family as well. I don't think that you think about him or his kids either. So this listen, man, this selfishness, this self-centeredness, where when we're in a bind, we think that we need to become the focal point of everybody else's mind, and that everybody needs to be thinking about us and treating our situation like it's their situation. Ma'am, he doesn't owe you anything. You're not walking around thinking about other people's family because it shows you're only thinking about yourself. So listen, just handle your business, do what you need to do. This whole situation could have been avoidable had you been checking your stuff. I don't know anybody who goes over a year or years without checking their bill that's not on a fixed rate. You didn't have a fixed rate water bill. It goes up and down month after month, depending on your usage. How are you not checking that? And you're just letting it come out. So that's ultimately how she ended up in this situation. But it is unfortunate. But I just feel like it could have been avoidable much earlier on. And then she would have had a stronger case. But now she's got a million different things happening at once because she wasn't being responsible, and she was pretending like things don't exist, and she wasn't having oversight over her finances, over her budget, and over her bills. So we'll leave it there. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Also comment if you want me to do part 3. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and then it'll show you the points. And since I am a smaller content creator, it gives us more points. So it gives us a little bit of an advantage on this aspect for the algorithm. And also Patreon's link below as well if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.